Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me. I'm really sorry. I kind of got set up early and I didn't realise when I set up a few minutes early, it actually comes up saying that I'm just about to go live. So I'm really sorry that I was a little bit early and I came on when I did. I'm trying something new today. I'm set up already, but I'm using Lloyd's computer screen behind for the chat. So hopefully I can kind of keep up with the chat without having to keep looking away at the screen. Um, so yeah, how was everybody's day? It's obviously snowed here last night and it was quite cold today. Oh, thank you, ACS. You're looking forward to the chat and the brew chat as well. Yes, I have finished with Phil today. I have finished kind of brewing him up into wine. So I've made 2 gallons of pumpkin wine with Phil today, and that's using a different recipe. Hi, Tony, how are you? Hi, Owen. Hi, Green Raven. Hi, Eagle Lodge. I'm really sorry, Eagle Lodge. I've forgotten what your first name is. Oh, that's nice, Tony, that you've had a day off. Hi, Jazz. How are you? Yeah, so like I said a moment ago, I'm going to try and kind of keep up with the conversation a little bit better than I usually do because I'm only having to look here to read the comments and stuff. Yeah, Tony, really cold, isn't it? How much snow did you have? And Tony, you had the day off, so I imagine that was quite nice. At this time, when it's snowy, are you quite busy in work? Oh, Jackie, maybe I didn't know that was your name, Eagle Lodge, but I'm glad I now know your name, Jackie. You have some really interesting potatoes on the go at the moment, so I'm looking forward to seeing you grow all of those. Hi, James, how are you? Hi, Matthew. I'm not watching the rugby, Matthew, but Lloyd is watching it in the other room. Is it? I don't even know who's playing. I assume it's Wales, but Tony, we had quite a bit of snow, but then it seems to have thawed out, which is quite good. Have you had a lot of annual leave, Tony, this year? Because you've mentioned quite a few times that you've not been at work or you've got like 12 days off here and there. So it's actually really interesting because when I went to the allotment state, it was really snowy and a lot of the roads around there were quite bad. But I live on a main bus route, just like the side of my house is on the main road. So I'm really lucky that the gritters just go up and down all day long. So I know that we never have any issues with the roads. Okay, so Liz is gonna. Who are playing, Liz? Because I have absolutely no idea who's playing rugby today. I'm assuming it's Wales because Lloyd and his dad were talking about it earlier. Ah, is it really bad lag again? We did check earlier, and apparently I'm on the best Wi-Fi in the house. So, um, Owen, um, I know Liz is watching the rugby and she doesn't want to know what the score is. So we're not actually allowed to talk about what the score is. We can just talk about who's playing. Oh, Liz is already on it. No spoilers. Oh, that's really, really good that ACS is getting on okay with this chat. I've got to be really careful though because the the screen is different to my phone, so I'm getting a bit confused. Oh, Jay McHugh, thanks for saying thank you for the pumpkin wine recipe. Are you going to have a go making some pumpkin wine? Oh, yeah, I'm really sorry if it's really bad signal again. Maybe next time. Lloyd does have a webcam behind, so maybe I should just try and use that next time. So that's not great. Because I'm really sorry as well. Last week, Liz and I were really trying to, do a really good live, and that was really bad as well. And then it really puts me off when it's really bad. And you, yeah, can't keep up. So I'm really sorry. Maybe I'll have to cut it short or something if it's really bad. Um, Oh, well, yeah, at least it's not as bad, Tony, as last week's live chat, because that wasn't very good, was it? So yeah, thanks for that, Liz. I'm quite lucky actually. I don't usually get any trolls, but it is beer o'clock, isn't it? 9 o'clock. So um, oh, Tony, if you could make some butternut squash wine, that would be great as well. I've started another wine today, but I did a different recipe. So rather than using the tea bag, I just went with raisins instead. So that was really good, and it smells absolutely delightful. So I'm really, really hoping that it turns out nicely. Okay, but um, Tony, when there is a really bad Wi-Fi lag, isn't it that even if you watch it on playback, it still is jumpy? Um, but yeah, sorry. And yeah, hi, my little bit of peace. Sorry, a few of you have come into the chat and I've not caught up with it. Sorry, I get really put off, really easily. So, hi, bookends, allotments. Okay, so Lloyd is saying that the Wi-Fi seems okay. So hopefully, yeah, it's just a couple of you having a few issues, so I'm really sorry. This week then, apart from obviously the really bad weather, has anybody planted any seeds this week? Because I still have not planted any seeds, but I have put my onion sets in some seed trays. And we've got the fire on in the lounge, and I'm in the office, and it's absolutely freezing in here. So yeah, it's not too good here at the moment. And I don't know if any of you noticed, but I did a video about getting a new bird feeder, and I was so excited about getting this bird feeder, and I put it up and I put loads of fat balls out. But unfortunately, I think the birds are like just hunkered down at the moment and trying to just survive, go into the bird feeders that they know are around, because I have not seen any bird apart from that one robin that I saw when I first put the bird feeder up. So I'm a little bit disappointed, but I'm wondering if it's because the bird feeder is quite close to the road and maybe it's just too close to the house. I don't know if anybody has any advice they can give me about that, because yeah, it's not been too great. And I know Jackie at Eagle Lodge did a video of her bird feeders and seemed to have like quite a lot of birds and stuff there. So yeah, is that quite close to your house? So Tony has planted some early beets and gherkins and cukes and tomatoes. So when they are in the heated propagator, Tony, do you, as soon as they germinate, do you take them off the heat, or do you leave them on for a little bit longer? And do you use any lighting as well? Yes, Jazz, you have sown a couple of peppers. How many peppers have you sown today? I like the plan actually about how you're going to be growing your peppers this year. Okay, so a bird takes about 2 weeks to find the tables. Okay. I really hope that the birds do find it, because it is just really close to the window and it would be absolutely amazing if I can, yeah, get them to come. Well, the thing is, Why I'm a little bit worried is because when I put the bird feeders out the back and had them in all the trees, straight away, like that day, there was birds kind of flocking to it, and it was really, really busy. And even like in the first week or two, I had like fat balls. I was going through fat balls like really quickly and stuff. So um, that's the reason, you know. Yes, Jasmine planted 80 pepper seeds today, which is absolutely amazing. I was overwintering my pepper plants inside, or my cayenne pepper plants, but then I realised that I hadn't watered them for about 2 months, and I think they've been lost now, unfortunately. Has anyone else overwintered their pepper plants this year? So Tony's saying they go onto a heated box using soil warming cables and recycled aquarium lights. So with the aquarium lights, now they are a UV light, aren't they? Anyway, does that have the right spectrum of light to provide for the seedlings? Oh, so Tony at UK Here We Grow had them feeding from a box attached to the window. Is that one of those ones that is like got the suckers that you sucker on? Oh wow, Jackie, that is, it always kind of shocks you, doesn't it, when you hear one hit the window? Ah, so it's just, I'm gonna have to wait a little bit longer, I assume, so that's fine. Um, Sorry, I'm just trying to catch it. Is this better that I'm only like looking down here when I'm talking to you, or am I not actually looking at the camera enough? Because now I feel like I need the camera maybe like down here so I can kind of like, I basically need one eye on the camera and one eye down here, basically. But I don't think I can actually do that. So, oh, hi, Rue. I hope you're well, and I hope your onion seeds are coming on well. Um, so yes, and actually, I found every time we plant onion sets outside, I've always half put them in the ground, and then I've complained that the birds have pulled them out thinking that they're a worm, and I've then blamed the ice for the ground freezing, and that pushes them out. But I've actually learned something the last couple of days. Hi, Dave. I hope you're well. Um, I've learned something quite interesting because I thought I'm going to plant them in cells indoors. And I did do that. And within literally 24 hours, roots were coming out of the bottom of the onions, which was amazing. And then, um, in terms of, I need to turn my head sideways, Liz. Is that what you're saying? But anyway, sorry. I was straight away the onion sets started to sprout out, and then the next day all of the onion, well, not all of them, about half of the onions were on their side with the roots sticking out. So basically I've blamed um, birds or frost for why the onions like fly out of the ground, but basically it's the roots that push them out of the ground, because the seeds, the onion sets that I've planted are actually in nice compost, so it's not compacted ground. So basically, in my opinion now, is that I'm actually going to bury them. I know Liz does this and buries the onion sets in the ground, and I'm definitely going to do that because, yeah, over time is, you know, I think it's going to save me time. Okay, so James, you have had 3 chili plants over winter and 2 have snuffed it. How have you been looking after these? I think you might have mentioned this before. Did you say that you had them near the on the windowsill in the kitchen or something? Sorry, there is a comment on here that I'm reading that doesn't look like it should be there, but I'm not really sure, so I'm not going to say anything. But if Liz, thank you, Liz, thank you. Oh, it's been a bit trolly this evening, hasn't it? I don't think I've really ever had trolls before. Is it easy to grow sweet corn? Does anyone know? So Jackie is asking, is it easy to grow sweet corn? Hi, Emily, how are you? Thank you for joining me. I think I would really like to know this too, because I've never grown it before. So Tony is saying that it's really easy, but sow in pots in a greenhouse first and protect to stop mice getting them. Okay. Have you ever grown them in toilet roll inners? I've seen people doing that before. Hi Sam, how are you? Thank you for joining me. Hello Brian at Allotment Life. Thank you for joining me. I know a few of you have joined since I started, so has it snowed where you are? Are the trolls following me? Oh, have you had a lot of trolls, My Little Bit of Peace? When do you really need to start corn on the cob? I'm thinking it's May, but that seems late to me. And also, Tony said before that growing swede would be in May, start them off in May, but then in the Kitchen Garden magazine they say grow swede in February, or is it March? I'm not sure, but is that quite early? So ACS, if they're shallow rooted, do you need to support them, or do they fly over in the wind? Because I would imagine corn on the cob would be quite deep rooted because it sways in the wind. Well, Brian, that's great that you got to the plot in the snow. Did you do a video about that? I went to the plot earlier and it was really interesting to see how much it had snowed there. Tony, Liz has not infected me. It's just 9 p.m. and I think that's drunk o'clock, so that's probably why. So Jasmine starts her sweet corn in April. That's interesting. Oh, I'm really sorry, Sam, if it's jumpy this evening. I thought it was okay for some people, so. With Tony, you just said that Oakland Gardens send you root trainers. With root trainers, are they, you can reuse them, can't you? Are they the kind of plastic kind of thing that it kind of clips up like that, and then you just unclip it to get the root ball kind of out to plant? Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up with the conversation. So is anybody at the allotment tomorrow? I think it's going to be really cold here, so there's no plan, I don't think, for me to do any gardening over the weekend. I kind of felt that when I was filming at the pumpkin patch the other day, I obviously found that toad, and it was quite exciting to find the toad. One thing did kind of make me a little bit worry afterwards was the fact that I dug it up with a spade, and I was like, I'm so glad that I did not actually get the toad in half or anything, because I probably would have cried if that had happened. But I was excited that I found the toad, but then it made me think that actually it's so cold at the moment that I probably really shouldn't be digging around that area, because it's probably a nice home for quite a lot of wildlife, and I don't really want to go making any of them homeless at the moment. Oh, ecocentric. You're getting some brewer's yeast for your pumpkin wine. Have you prepared your pumpkin wine and it's just needing the yeast, or are you going to be growing it together then? Oh, Sam, you're having a daddy and daughter day tomorrow. Are you going anywhere nice, or are you just staying in the warm? So now, with all of the wine that I've been brewing, I haven't got any demijohns now. Well, I've got one that I need to use to rack everything off with. So I just need to wait now for a little while. But what I was thinking of doing um, was, when I did my videos about like brewing the pumpkin wine and stuff, when you get to the stage where you kind of like brewed all of the juice up and stuff, and then you're going to put it in the demijohn and add the sugar and stuff, what I thought I might do is, because I don't have any clean demijohns at the moment, what I'm going to do is prep a load of the kind of like fruity juice and then freeze it. So as soon as I've got a demijohn ready to go, I can literally defrost it, add the sugar, and then add the yeast. So I'm really, really excited about that. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is like the best idea I've ever had. I can like pre-prep wine so that my demijohns are always full, because I started like playing around with making wine about 2 months ago or 3 months ago, and then we've drunk all of that wine now, but I only made like three to begin with and had loads of empty demijohns, and now they're all full with pretty much pumpkin wine. So yeah, I'm really excited that I thought of that. Oh, eco-centric. It's kind of really easy to make the wine, but yeah, save it. And I think if you like a video on Facebook, you can then go back to your not Facebook. When you like a video on YouTube, you can go back and like find it again really easily. So yeah, definitely worth having a go with that. Oh, that's amazing that you got loads done, Jackie, when you went to an area of the garden that was nice and sunny. I found that here actually. It can be absolutely freezing one area, but then as soon as the sun comes out, it really warms you up, doesn't it? Oh, Tony, when your grandfather died, you got his demijohns. That's obviously very sad that he passed away, but amazing that you managed to pick up the demijohns, and I'm sure he would absolutely love you to be carrying on using them. Have you ever made wine before, Tony, or beer? I was chatting to um, James at Happy Homestead last night, and he said he had 50 demijohns, and quite often in the summer, all of them were in use. And I was thinking, wow, can you imagine having that many, like that much wine? You'd never need to buy it ever again. Oh, so Tony, you switched to 5 gallon ones, 5 gallon demijohns. Was that are they glass ones? Because I saw a glass 5 gallon one and it was like £39, and I was like, I really want that because it looks so cool. But then I thought I haven't got £39. So um Tony at UK Here We Grow, I hope the pumpkin wine tastes nice. But I had already started a pumpkin wine off before I chopped up Phil and made wine out of him. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna taste good. So uh honestly, Tony, you should follow my recipe for making pumpkin wine, and then anyone else that's got a pumpkin should join in, and then we can all do a taste test at the end. And with the grapes as well, that, oh my goodness, that's going to be amazing. Oh, so Tony Stevens, do you do a lot of brewing as well then? Yes, 50 demijohns. Can you imagine having 50 demijohns and full of wine? That's like, what's 50 times 6? That's like 300, isn't it? Sorry, my maths is rubbish. So that's like 300 bottles of wine at any one time. Oh, so you can get plastic demijohns from Wilkinson's. I'll have to have a look at that. Although I kind of like the glass ones. I don't know why. Somebody gave me two demijohns last summer, and they gave them to my future father-in-law, and he brought them round, and I was like, ugh, because everybody sees me as somebody where they can kind of give their stuff away to, and I'll always take it. So I said, no, I don't want them. And I said, take them at the charity shop. And now I'm kicking myself. I'm just going to plug in because I'm about to run out of battery. But I'm like kicking myself now because that's like 12 bottles of wine that I got rid of. So, Jackie, the beer making process is similar. Have you made beer before? I made beer in the past, but I didn't use like any grains or any something else, hops or whatever it is. But I made a nettle beer, but actually looking back now, it wasn't a nettle beer. I made a wine, but with a beer yeast. But I've started a 40 pints off of Woodford's Wherry yesterday. So that is also in my airing cupboard. So in about 2 weeks, that will be ready. Oh, sorry. Tony Stevens has 270 bottles at the moment. So what is your favourite thing to brew then, Tony? And I've just realised, I think I'm quite behind on this here. Let's have a look. But do you know what? I was chatting to Liz the other day, and we were talking about like being influencers, because that's like, it's a really funny thing to say, like, you're an influencer. But what I love about YouTube is that all of us are able to, you know, put videos up and inspire each other to actually, you know, either try new products or try making new things, which is really exciting. And I think it's actually really important to, you know, when you start a YouTube channel to, well, actually, it's just important that you do start a YouTube channel if you want to, because there's so much knowledge that we all have between us, and it's great to be able to share it and help other people, but also inspire other people to do stuff, which is great. Yeah, Sam's Allotment Diary says that he wants to try strawberry wine. I really want to try strawberry wine as well. It's just I don't have any strawberries. So at the moment, I'm kind of the only produce I have left from last year's growing season is my pumpkins. But I've already got like, you know, 30 odd pumpkins on the go from bottles already. So I don't want to make any more of that. So Tony wants to make gluten-free beer. You can get kits. I have found kits before. I think I'm a little bit behind on the conversation. Hi Lee, thanks for joining me, and you are drinking chocolate again. Now, I just had a thought. Has anybody heard of chocolate wine or anything? Or is that weird? I was looking somewhere the other day and I saw like there was a chocolate stout kit that you could make. Oh, sorry, I'm just looking back in the conversation. So Jane McHugh said, Eric or Liz, do you have a video to make mead? That would be awesome. I've got a mead on the go, and I can make a video about how to make mead, but it's dead simple. So I can do a video. Would anyone else be interested in a video on making mead? So Jackie, making cider. If you like cider, there is an amazing recipe for a turbo cider. Does anyone else want to know about this turbo cider? Because I can tell you what the recipe is now. It's the easiest thing ever. Hi Jill, thanks for popping in. If you don't know, Jill is my mum, and she was walking the dogs. So if you were walking the dogs, is it not really late where you are? I thought it was about midnight. But you've got really good weather. My mum lives in Turkey. So, um, yeah. So Lloyd is saying you get chocolate beer. Lloyd, are you saying that you've drunk chocolate beer or you've seen the kits of chocolate beer? Because I think chocolate beer might taste nice. Yeah, I think that I'm talking and the conversation's a little bit laggy tonight. Right, sorry. So Tony Stevens is saying you add chocolate syrup as a priming sugar when bottling the stout. I bet that would be really good. So basically with the turbo cider, okay, if you have a demijohn, you get 4 litres of apple juice. This is so easy, I could have just said it earlier, couldn't I? You get 4 litres of um, apple juice, like just cheap, supermarket apple juice, and then you buy the turbo cider yeast, and literally you just put that yeast in, and in 4 weeks you have cider. So that's a really good gateway recipe if you want to try cider and you literally just have one demijohn and you want to have a go at making something. And yeah, I'm not a fan of cider personally, but yeah. And Tony at UK Here We Grow, I think he has 100 beehives, correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, you could make some really amazing mead next year. And do you sell this honey just locally, or do you send it in the post? Because I could buy some and make some mead. That would be pretty cool. Sorry, I'm just trying to. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up with the conversation. Yeah, I imagine chocolate beer would be something that is quite, um, you either like it or you hate it. But I got into bitters recently. Like I used to drink lager all the time, and then yeah, I kind of just got into drinking beers and bitters and stuff. And I imagine that would probably be quite nice. Hi, Hilltop Farm, how are you? But yeah, on here actually, there are, quite a lot of channels that maybe you're not familiar with each other. So just remember, you can always click on the dots on the screen, and then it will obviously come up with people's channels, and do subscribe to each other because there is some really interesting stuff that we do. And I will definitely make a mead video. I'm going to write it down actually. In the video that I did of my pumpkin wine, I've got a comment pinned saying if anybody is interested in me making some wine, put it there. Do put it there because I'm going to go back to that. I know like Jasmine came up saying that I should make a dandelion wine. And has anybody here made dandelion wine? I'm not sure what that would taste like, but I know a lot of people cook with dandelions, so it's definitely worth a go. Also, what is really good about me making wine in the house, if it's disgusting, Lloyd will drink it, so it's okay. 20 hives at the moment. I am really tempted with that, with beehives, but I definitely think that's going to be in a few years. So with you selling it and things, let me know when you've got some for sale next year, because if you could put me on the list, that would be lovely. Has anybody else got beehives here apart from Tony at UK Here We Grow? Sorry, I'm having a brain freeze because I'm reading the conversation again. Sorry. Um, but yeah, it's really exciting, like brewing beer and stuff and brewing wine. But now I just have to wait patiently, and yeah. But also, I need to wait for things to grow as well because I don't really have anything that I can make into wine at the moment. Um, I'm really hoping the rhubarb does well, and that's one thing that I am actually going to be planting some more. I've got some seeds for some Victoria rhubarb, and I am wondering though, if I plant it this year, I wouldn't be harvesting it next year, would I? I'd be harvesting it the year after. Yes, Hilltop Farm. You sent me a recipe and it was amazing. When you sent it to me, I downloaded it, but I couldn't open it on my phone. And I'm really sorry that I didn't reply to you, but I did get it. And you say poor Lloyd about him drinking. I'm sure he's quite happy to drink the wine that I make. Hi Kelly, how are you? Kelly, have you picked up a big Pret delivery this evening? There's somebody with Olio. You can see the cushion behind me. They have a contract with Pret where you can go and collect the food at the end of the night for Pret and then distribute it. Oh, so Brian at Allotment Start Life said, give me a bar of Galaxy and a bottle of brown ale anytime. But what if you mixed it together? That would probably taste good. Oh, Jasmine, am I brewing anything for the wedding? Well, this is actually an interesting thing because I spoke to the wedding venue and I said, what is your corkage charge? And she said £12.50 a bottle. And I was like, I'm not brewing my own wine and being charged £12.50 to give it to guests, right? But I know somebody in the village that has his own brewery, and every Christmas we usually buy like a bag in a box, big, like, I don't know, 20 pints or something, and they are friends with Lloyd's parents. And when we were I joked I joked like a little while ago, saying like if I ever got married, we should ask them to do a beer for our wedding. And like we could go and like mix it or something and say it was like our beer, or put some ingredients in the big pan or vat when they do it. And we kind of joked about that and never said anything about it since. But when we were at the wedding venue, we said to them, do you or can we get our brewery friend to do something for us? And then basically from that conversation, they got in contact with the brewery and they set up a contract with them. And so now they have got a contract with the place. So we don't really have to ask about getting any beer made. But I am still thinking that maybe we could somehow still ask if we could like have our name put on it or something, and then we wouldn't have to pay the corkage, basically. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And yes, Louise, we do have a date for the wedding. It's going to be the 29th of December. So yes. So Brian, his father used to make dandelion wine and have a glass every night before bed. I wonder what it tastes like. I imagine it's going to be quite bitter tasting. Yeah, Jill, that is a good thing. She didn't say what size the bottles would be, would need, I could, a 5 gallon bottle or something like that. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up with the conversation. So yeah, I don't know how many people have liked because I've got 0 up here. But if you haven't already, please put a thumbs up, please. Yes, the hotel could become a supplier of your wine. That is a good one. Don't think I'd ever be that good. Right, I'm kind of getting a bit lost in the conversation now. So Tony and Kelly are talking about something from Aldi. Hopefully that's good. Well, Louise, the reason that I'm trying to do a Christmas wedding is because everything's already decorated. Because when we went to see they had like a wedding fair the other day, and it's just everything gets out of control. Everything is so expensive, and the lady that does the flowers was saying like, oh yeah, you're looking at £25 a table, then you're looking about £100 for the like bouquet, then bouquet. I'm not really sure. Bouquet. And then when you've got one for maid of honour and flower girls, suddenly just having flowers for the wedding is like £200 or £300. And I'm not paying that. So having a Christmas wedding seems pretty good. And also for that, it's oh, so Kelly and Tony are talking about whole nut chocolates. I love chocolate. I eat too much chocolate. Well, yes, I should make some elderflower champers for the day, but I made that before and it didn't taste very nice. Yeah, all right, Lloyd. Um, but yeah, so I I mean, what I did think was we all got rooms where we're there at the wedding, haven't we? So just everyone, I could just bring the wine in my own room and then just go back and fill up my glass. But then I thought, hang on a minute, I can't be a tight git my entire life. If it's my wedding day, I'm just going to get drinks from the bar. And surely, if it's my wedding day, people will just buy me drinks, surely. How is my greenhouse going? My greenhouse is still in the same position it was before. I've literally not had any time to do it, really. But maybe because I don't really want to work on my pumpkin patch at the moment because it's so cold for like the wildlife side of things, maybe I could work on that. Jill, you might only be able to see 14 likes because when you came on there was 14 likes, so maybe if you refresh it. So Tony's saying that the manor house supplies his honey, which is pretty amazing. The only thing is that with like wine, there is other, like, you can't just make wine and sell it. You've got to have like licenses and all of that. And I know I was watching something the other day, and like for a small business to get a license to sell their beers and wines at like events is like £250,000. So I don't think I'd ever be that good because we'd drink it all anyway before I was able to sell it. But yeah, the licensing is, yeah, it's a bit of a grey area, or not a grey area. It's just literally if you're somebody little, then you're not going to have a chance of being able to do it, really. Jazz, I was thinking about, because it's going to be Christmas time for the flowers and stuff, all of the supermarkets have like Christmas wreaths and stuff like that. And my mum's going to be coming back to the UK for Christmas. So I was going to hope that she could maybe just make one like flowers for me. But all of the tables actually have available like a candelabra, so I thought I might just keep it really simple and just use the candelabras on the tables and not have flowers on the tables. But also I've been looking on like eBay and Amazon stuff, and you can buy like fake flowers, like a lot cheaper. And unless you look really closely, you can't really tell that they are. I just seen Liz has just said that you think I should carry a pumpkin instead. You know what? I do like the idea of getting pumpkins involved in my wedding, but the problem is I'm not getting married on Halloween. And I don't think that it's going to really go with the wedding at Christmas theme, is it? So yeah, like people make their own flowers, don't they? Um and you know, maybe yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm not paying loads of money for it because it just seems stupid at the end of the day. So my mother is picking up on the fact that if I had fake flowers, then they wouldn't be biodegradable. Well, that is a good point. However, I can sell them again, can't I? And then someone else can use them. And I could grow ornamental gourds and paint them, but I'm not talented in art whatsoever. Um, Anna, no, hi Anna, I didn't know you were here. No, I haven't picked a dress. Basically, there is a second-hand wedding dress shop in Cardiff that is a cancer research one. Um, I'm hoping to go there because they also have ex designer stock that gets donated at the end of the season. So it's not necessarily all like, old wedding dresses and stuff. And I really want to go there because that is another thing that I can, I'm not just giving money to a big company to have a dress for a day. If I could get a second-hand one, I can wear it and then give it back. And the money goes to charity. That's what I'm thinking, Anna. So, yeah, yeah. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to find a dress. But in my head, that's what I'm going to do. But I'm just worried that I'm going to then get my hopes up that I'm going to be able to find a dress that I want secondhand and it's going to be amazing and stuff. So, but my sister's been married twice, so I could borrow one of her dresses, couldn't I? That's something borrowed. That could work. Oh, Anna, you've got a shop that sells secondhand wedding dresses there too, yeah. Hi, Allotmental, how are you? Thank you for joining us this evening. Oh, Jazz, sorry, I've just like trying to catch up with the conversation there. Your dress was secondhand, and I saw a picture of that, and you looked amazing in that. Do you still have it for when Rue's older? So yeah, Mum, zero waste bouquet. Yeah, totally. But and Mum, I didn't really like your wedding dress. I'm really sorry, but I didn't like it. So yeah, yours isn't really the design I'd go for. Well, Jay McHugh, my mum's like really handy with anything gardening because that's where I caught gardening from was my mum. So she can probably go in my woodland and be able to rustle something up for me as well, quite cheap. Oh, Louise, I didn't think about borrowing a wedding dress. It could be unlucky, but then if I get a second-hand one from a charity shop, is that also unlucky? Hi, the ugly gardener. The pumpkin patch, how's it coming on? It's not coming on very well at the moment because it's, yeah, icy and snowy outside. And also because there's wildlife there, I can't really go, you know, getting the displacing any more wildlife. Tony, she might need it a third time. She might need it a third time. That is true. But if I borrow it off her, she can have it back then afterwards, couldn't she? Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up for this conversation. So yeah, my mum is saying that I could have her wedding dress because she's not divorced on this current wedding. Sam, are you telling me off? I'm savage telling me my mum's. Um, oh, was that really mean saying that I didn't like my mum's wedding dress? It's just not the design that I would go for. So, Tony, you said that you're about 5 minutes behind because of the lag and you've paused it and stuff. You've probably been confusing me because I've been thinking when you've been commenting on things from like 5 minutes ago or a few minutes ago. So I've been thinking I'm really confused because people are commenting on things I spoke about 5 minutes ago. Yes, Erica is a type of heather and I'm ericaceous. Oh, the Ugly Gardener says, love the edible idea. Would you have it for starter or dessert? What are you talking about? Because I'm not sure. I think I missed that bit of the conversation. I will go back and have a look. To be honest, ACS is saying like zero waste is good, but you'd want something to keep from the day. Oh, sorry, Liz said I've suggested that we make an edible bouquet. Okay. You can make it out of like sugar flowers, sugar craft. Hi, Steve Plumwine. Thank you for joining me this evening. The thing is, Sam, maybe I would be running a mile if I said that to my mum, but she lives in Turkey and that's a few thousand miles away, so she wouldn't be able to catch me. So Steve Plumwine said to me about making not plum wine. He told me to make the pumpkin wine. So I did, and then he said that he's also made pumpkin wine, but instead of the boiling way that I did, where I boiled it all up, he did it even cooler, easier way. He just got his juicer out and juiced it. And I think if I remember rightly, he said he had 600 mils of the pumpkin juice and added that to the demijohn, which is pretty cool. And I definitely want to give that a go. Yes, Sam, she will be seeing me at Christmas. Yes, that's very true. Yeah, I mean, Jill, you were saying about zero waste, making things out of things that have been thrown away. I am thinking, like, if you get flowers, for instance, they can be composted, but the flowers, one of the women that I was talking to said, um, said that some of her flowers came from Colombia. And I'm not being funny, I live in Wales. If I have flowers flown over from Colombia, surely it's okay to get plastic flowers or made out of like silk flowers that I can then sell that somebody else can use, rather than all of the like carbon used in flying these rose or these flowers from Colombia. I mean, I know you can never win because, you know, plastic is bad, and but then plastic doesn't break either. So, you know, oh, I don't know what's the best thing to do. Tony Stephen is saying bacon roses. That sounds absolutely disgusting, but I'm surprised Lloyd hasn't said that that's a good idea. But Jasmine, refusing to have flowers that aren't grown in the that are only grown in the UK is amazing. Like, and Beardy Dude calling you a like flower snob. Don't be silly, Beardy Dude. You should only have British flowers. But then obviously in December, I'm not really sure what flowers are going to be you know, what flowers will be in season. Holly flowers, the berries or something. Hi Pag, lovely for you to join me, thank you. What's Ecocentric said there was once an edible paper made. What's that? Is that a typo or is that a thing? You know what though? When Jasmine just said about a flower, veg, and all sorts of snob, I did think though, listen to this, right? What about making a bouquet from like a cauliflower or a broccoli? Because it's all like a broccoli, it's already in the shape of a bouquet, and you could literally just put some flowers into the florets. Hi Laurie, thanks for joining us this evening. Oh, sugar paper, okay. Oh, kale as well. That the thing is, if I did that, it would be really good because people would just think I was doing it because I was a bit weird because I like growing veg, not because I was just being really cheap. So I could just get away with getting a vegetable one just, you know, because I wanted to do it on the cheap, but people just think this because I'm weird. Yeah, Steve mentioned that he was going to be making some tomato wine, and I thought the thought of tomato wine sounded vile. Hi, Jeannie. Thank you for joining us this evening. Yes, Lids, we could possibly pop somewhere to go to yeah, the seed swap. We're at Bristol Seed Swap next weekend. Is anyone else going to Bristol Seed Swap? Because it's a massive one. It's 12 to 4 and they've got loads of talks going on, so it would be amazing. It would be absolutely amazing if, yeah, we could see any of you there. ACS says, has Lloyd got a pet name for me? I don't think so, but he might comment in a minute saying he does. But we were talking about this a little while ago. Like, we met, like when we were a lot, like, you know, we met, I don't know, a few years ago. I can't really remember how long, age it was, a while back, but we were still quite old when we met, so I think we kind of missed out on the pet name thing. No, he doesn't call me Pumpkin. Oh, hi, Glenda. Did I miss you? I can't see. Oh, hi, Glenda. So Glenda is my future mother-in-law, and she's just missed out on all of this wedding conversation. So, but she's going to be coming to she will be coming to the wedding dress shop with me to have a look. So hopefully, yeah, we'll be able to find a dress when we're there. Also, I just really like to say thanks very much for Liz, who's been kind of #1 moderator this evening. If you're not already familiar with her channel, she has an amazing little small holding. So if you could click onto her and subscribe, if you're not familiar with her channel, then do that. And also, Jasmine has also been helping me on moderating as well. So thank you very much. And if you're not familiar with her channel, click on there and you can subscribe. Sorry, I'm just okay, so John, the big day is the 29th of December. So we have plenty of time to think about yeah, what we're going to be making for the bouquet. But I did suddenly think about the oh, Renee, we can do another wedding chat next week if you like. Well, I'm not sure if I'm going to do a live chat next week because we're all very busy with our lives, aren't we? And I don't want to be interrupting everybody's Friday night all the time. So I'm going to be over at Liz's next Friday. So if you want me to do a live chat from Liz's on Friday, if the internet is good, let me know. Yes, Jeannie, the ornamental cabbage, that is very pretty. So yeah, maybe we could go down that route. And yeah, Pag, Christmas Eve, I got engaged. So, and then on New Year's Day, I booked the wedding because I knew where I wanted to get married. So anyway, though, hi Freaky Geek. We're coming up to the hour now, or we've just gone over the hour. So I think we should wrap up the live chats. And if you haven't already done a thumbs up, please do a thumbs up. That would be amazing. Yes, Pag and Jeannie, thank you. Yes, Tony. So possibly if you want me to do a live chat next week, just let me know, because I don't want to keep doing live chats if people aren't really interested, or it's getting a bit boring, because I'm sure I can probably be a bit boring after a while. So yeah, thank you. Anyway, I'm gonna go now because otherwise I'll be saying goodbye forever. But thank you so much for joining me tonight, and I've got quite a lot planned in the week, so hopefully I can do a couple of videos, and you never know, I might brew some wine for a video for you. So see you later, bye. The wedding is not going to be live on YouTube. I've just seen that comment. However, they said I can plant a tree on the wedding day. So the wedding's not going to be live streamed. However, you never know what else will be live streamed.